So there's a lot to unpack here. First of all, Neo is just Shadow Rob Liza P DLC. I hope you guys are enjoying that. It's crazy. I still haven't got my hands on it. Don't worry. It's actually a buff for me because, you know, a lot of people will be like making a lot of bunch of DLC videos. So like... So anyways, so they released the patch 18, I think, Liza P. This is a major update. So right off the bat, the first thing they did for the patch, yeah, they did add a DLC called Overture DLC. So they added a new boss rematch system. Basically, you have two modes. One is the death merge, and another one is the revisit the old memories, just like the Sekiro. However, this is better than the Sekiro one. So once you complete any ending, you will be able to access the previous bosses. You can revisit any bosses anytime, and every boss have a 5 difficulty system. You have access to like level 3 difficulty to all the bosses. Now you have to fight like 4th difficulty and 5th difficulties. Once you beat the boss with the 5th difficulty, you will get a badge. So this is, they add a new customization, so you get a badge which you can add on your backpack. I think it's pretty cool and it's pretty clever. So not only you're getting rewarded kind of for, you know, 5th difficulty bosses, which is no joke, by the way. For me, it felt like it's less difficult than no level up run, but it's almost like a no hit run because you one hit and you're dead. Yeah, and for the death merge is basically you can choose the bosses you want to play with and even choose the difficulty. You have limited items and limited HP bar. I'm not sure about that because when I'm going in with my build, my HP doesn't change. Basically, they added like 3 difficulty modes. Like one is easy, basically kind of story mode. One is a medium, and the last one is the legendary stalker, which is the base difficulty, which we played for the 2 years. A lot of people be like, oh shit, they added a difficulty system and blah blah blah. And for me, I don't really mind, kind of in a way, judging by the fact that it's their first Souls-like game and they have to fund like this IP. I think from a business standpoint, like that doesn't hurt it. Like if you want to challenge yourself, just hit the legendary stalker as the default. Adding difficulty system, it helps more people enjoy the story, and or more people will come to the Souls-like genre if they stay true to their DNA, what made Liza P what Liza P is. Then I think it's not a problem. If just like the Elden Ring, I haven't played Elden Ring Night Rain yet, but like I think they also added the self-revive option for the solo runs, which I'm like, I mean, it's fine if you're doing a challenge run, just don't revive. But the rune boost is like same as nerfing system of the bosses. Like literally, like by the time I'm gonna get my hands on DLC, and if they nerf the boss,
will pay for what he did to me.
So the next major thing they added a separate button for dodge, separate button for dash, separate button for jump, which used to be like one of the main complaints of Liza P, at least as far as I have seen, because dodge used to be little inconsistent if you're fighting a Simon Manus and then he's just chasing with his mace in the face too, so you're technically running, but then the moment you're about to dodge, it's the same button, so it would jump and then you would just not dodge and you'd get hit by the mace. Unlike the Elden Ring, it has a precise dodge where you're just running away from an attack and you can execute a proper dodge, a proper dodge roll. But now you can actually do that. Now you can actually bind separate keys for it. So for example, you're running out and you want to jump, so you have a separate key for it. I think that does a lot for me personally, trying to make a jump, and then if you don't time it properly, you basically end up rolling and then falling down, which was used to be a little, I mean, some things never change. Reset P organ feature has been replaced with P organ recalibration. So instead of reset P organ, it's recalibrate P organ. Wow. Here you can swap the quartz and you try new things. I think this is a really quality of life upgrade. For example, you want to get this ability instead of the one you have. Special status element recovery. Just remove it. Bam, you have another quartz. This is such W right there. Enhanced weapon attack durability to the max. Even you can, in fact, you can just remove all these 4. I'm gonna select here. Ambush dagger, let's take this. Enhanced special ailment recovery, let's take this one. Weapon doesn't limit. So there you go, that's how it works. And you can just reset it whole by itself. Reset P organ. I'm not doing that right now. It says P organ info. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is huge. P organ's quick Wishstone use ability has been changed to a default ability. Let's be honest, like, y'all have ever used Wishstone? Wish I had more health. I think the only Wishstone that was good, that was the stamina regain. Slowly like regens your stamina over the period of time, but I don't know. And also if you use Spectre, the friendship Wishstone is kind of good. They made it better. Basically, this ability has been replaced by a new ability in the P organ, lowers damage temporarily while using the Wishstone. I mean, this is pretty good. Added an option to automatically lock on at target you attack. I am not much sure about how effective this is. The problem of that is when you're intentionally locking out of a boss because of the camera angle, then you can now switch your lock-on target to off-screen enemies when fighting in Black Road Brotherhood. I don't know if it makes the fight worse or better in terms of mouse and keyboard. I don't know. For controller, it's going to be great because you have a separate button for this lock-on change. The attack timings and the motions of the Door Guardian have been improved, and its weak spot is now more clearly visible. I mean, Door Guardian timings were not really messed up, I guess. Records that were mutually exclusive can now be acquired in a single playthrough. Added new playlist and playback features for the Gramaphone? Whoa, that's a W, bro. You can now remove records from your playlist. 3 playback modes will repeat the entire playlist. Repeat a single record or shuffle the Yo, that's a W right there. So this is the playlist. Oh, this one. You can shuffle, you can... This just gets better. Wow, look at this. I'm pressing the O. This is repeat, shuffle. This just gets better. This is peak. You can now use the Ergo held in your bag via a new Add Ergo feature. Oh, there you go. See Add Ergo. Oh, this is life-saving. Holy sh. Oh, look at that. This is a quality of life upgrade. Like, this is so good. Level up. See? Add Ergo. I cannot level up. It all automatically shows Add Ergo. This is lit. This menu. Bro, that's a W right there. Like, literally, this is why it's a major update. Holy. They fixed it. You can now use any stargazers outside the hotel to level up. Finally, you don't have to transfer back to Hotel Crotch. Find wherever Sophia is and just update. I think we'll have new runs with lower times. Added and updated features in the weapon assemble and weapon upgrade menus. Warning will appear when assembling a weapon that will execute a certain type of attacks ineffectively. So it now specifically shows stab goes down. The warning. So stab attacks will not perform at full potential. At full potential? Who cares? And obviously killer attack, if you guys don't know. There you go, killer attack. New UI effects will appear when a weapon is fully upgraded.
If you can't stay alive, I'm gonna beat you up.
So upgrade blade. Oh, actually I like this one. I like this upgrade animation. Added a weight preview feature in the equipment menu. Before equipping an item, you can check how your weight will change by selecting an item. A warning will now appear when you attempt to use or sell rare Ergo. Definitely, I never sold my rare Ergo in my first playthrough. Look, it's very obvious for the Souls veterans, but if you're new to Souls-like, this is not. Added a new setting that adjusts lock-on switch sensitivity. Wait, what? Keyboard mouse lock-on switch sensitivity sets how fast the mouse must be moved to switch the lock-on to target. The smaller the value, the faster the mouse must be moved to switch the target. A large value means lock-on target will switch with slower mouse movement. Setting this 0 will prevent lock-on from switching. Now if I just say like put it to 0. What? So see, the lock-on doesn't change as I parry. I'm locked to one target at a time. So for example, I can just manually lock on to the enemy I'm fighting. Okay, I think this fixed the Black Road Brotherhood issue I had. Let's do 1 sensitivity. So let's try with 1 with my sensitivity 3. Which is fine.
We couldn't save our brother.
See, the lock-on didn't change. See? Okay. The lock-on is more stable now. I just dodged that ballistic. Take the whole DLC down with this car hammer. Literally me on you. I'm not gonna fight this. Oh, look at that stability. Holy look at the stability. Holy shit.
I'm gonna smash you to pieces.
Wow. So the big W is they fixed the lock-on thing that I've been complaining about for 2 years for the Black River Brotherhood. So you have different sensitivity options, which is crazy. I wish it was before, but now we have it. Thank you. In addition to the major updates listed above, more changes are included in the patch, including translation improvements, graphical updates, and more. Graphical updates. So I think they will fix this issue. For me as a PC player, after the patch, the game is more heavy on my PC. It used to be like running buttery smooth with even medium, 60 plus FPS. But however, after the update, it lagged. What visually it looks like, that the game looks a little choppy even if you're getting 100 plus FPS, and it looks a little sharpened, and the overall look of it is slightly feels off, which I'm fine the most part, but the lag is kind of pissing me off. I think they would fix it, and they would optimize it in the future updates. And this guy says, I had the same problem, and the solution is, and I know it sounds absurd, was buying the DLC, at least for me. I think the issue has to do with some Unreal stuff, because it happens. I think they will optimize it over the time. Like, they would probably release a patch in the, in over a week. Alright, so this was a patch update. I think it's definitely a major update, and I can't wait to jump onto the DLC and just make more DLC videos. I really hope they fix the stutter in the current patch. Anyways, if you're watching, fix it. Anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and special thanks to our channel member Chili Level 2572. Okay, thank you so much for all the support, and it means a lot. If you like this video, like this, and if you want to see more videos, more DLC abomination, just subscribe. If you're new here, subscribe. It helps a lot, really. And thank you so much for all the positive words over the years, over the months. It really means a lot to me. Also, one thing I just want to mention here is I'm so surprised by that video I made 9 months ago, like how to transfer your Xbox Game Pass Lies of PCA file to the Steam one. Just blew up. Like it's so hilarious. Like, if you found my channel from there, thank you so much for leaving all these positive feedbacks. It means a lot for the future updates on the content. So I was working on the Lies of P Fable R tier list video, but that has been postponed as the DLC got released. So I don't want to release that video without adding the DLC Fable, because that wouldn't make sense, because people will be like, where's the DLC Fable? And then that will come probably in July, same as the Weapon Abomination, because I want to at least add the DLC bosses in the Abomination. Until I get my hands on the DLC, I really am in a state of limbo again. Don't worry, it's just 2 weeks. I'm not gonna deny the fact that I'm feeling a little bit of despair and anger. Nothing's wrong, but I take this as a buff. So at last but not the least, as always, as I say, guys, I mean, if you're dealing with something mentally, hey, take it seriously, and it's gonna be alright. You're never late. This is the whole idea. I can't imagine, like, it's the guy who made the video of Eliza P for 2 years and did every precaution, every measure to just, okay, I want to play the DLC at either early access or on the first day. Here I am, 2 weeks hanging.
I can do this all day.
Even though if you plan something, and no matter how much effort you put it in the real life, everything have its own time. Now it's up to you if you want to see it in a good way or in a bad. Whether you call it universe, nature, God, grand calculations of multiverse, I call it God. Everything happens on its right time, and you're never late. So I see it as a buff. Some things takes time. You cannot beat a boss in one stream in 3 hours. Doesn't mean that you're incapable. You're constantly learning. It just takes time. Some cracked people, they're better. I mean, they can probably beat the boss under 10 tries, but for you, it might take time. Maybe 2 stream, maybe 3 stream, maybe 3 playing session, maybe 6 hours. All that matters is if you beat the boss, GG. I mean, I died to Millennia for like 300 plus time, and once I beat it, I learned it. I tried with summon, it didn't work. So the first time I ever beat it without someone, I think without someone is way easier. You know, everybody have their own time, man. The more you push it, the more it won't happen, kind of like that. Like if I tell you what happened, it won't happen, like that kind of thing. It needs to be natural. Just go with the flow, and it's gonna be alright, man. I know the depth and darkness of the unseen self-hatred loop, how messed up it can be. You know, it's like always in the back of my head. You just, you know, one of these days you just wake up, you ask yourself how much pain is pain, how much suffering is suffering, how much shit you gotta deal with before you can ask for help. But it's hard. Life is hard, but it's possible. As long as it's possible, try enough times. If somebody's trying to shove a deadline on your face, just blow it.
Whoa.
I couldn't cut this part. You get the point. So again, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, you all, and as always, good night, good luck, keep yourself alive. Wait till my DLC video drops, man. Oh shit, I wanna lose you.
If you can't stay alive, I'm gonna beat you up.
Oh, hell no.